Hi Libra, welcome. So Libra, this is going to be a reading. I'm going to start with the general messages and then we're going to go into the you versus them love reading. As you guys know, my readings are timeless, so whenever you find this, that's when it's for you, and let's get into it and have a little fun. So Libra, oh my gosh, action, 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 busy, busy, busy. That's what I felt as I meditated for your reading. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing, right? Like, we're going into spring, at least here in the US, so it's natural for, things to kind of speed up as the season is upon us. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot to do. I also feel like there's a new beginning here for you, or a clean slate type of vibe. And they're highlighting the home. So that could be within your home environment, within your family, within relationships, you name it. But let's get a closer look and see what Libra has going on. Ooh la la, the Lovers. And what else? 5 of Cups. Ooh, but you got the Sun here. So now the Lovers is talking about relationships, obviously, but it also highlights commitment, partnerships, friendships, things of that nature. Then you have the 5 of Cups, which is sadness, a level of not feeling the happiness flow the way that you want it to within relationships or a relationship. So there could be some sadness here that you're experiencing within a certain dynamic, within a relationship or relationships. And yet at the same time, the Sun is here, which is all about seeing the good, having a positive outlook, happiness, joy, that sense of connection. Some of you are just quite literally missing that sense of connection that you once had with another person, or yeah, that's what I got. Or maybe something that fizzled out that you would like to respark within a connection. But this could also be within yourself, feeling sad for your own spark going out and needing to reignite that within yourself. So, whew, lots to unpack there. Let's go deeper. We're going to get some Osho Zen cards out. And then some tarot cards. So, let's see what else for my Libras. What else for Libra? Sorry, all of a sudden I have to hiccup. I had the hiccups. Okay. The card of experiencing, the card of patience, and courage. So this is about embarking on new experiences, Libra, and not being afraid to get out there and have some fun and have some adventures. It's also talking about patience, interestingly enough, and this is the Empress energy. So this is about waiting until the timing is right, okay, or till something is ripe, because also this card represents something that is in the growth and development phase that hasn't quite manifested yet. And then courage here. So, it's asking you to be courageous, to step outside the lines of maybe what you're comfortable with or what you're more familiar with. And at the same time, in divine timing. So it feels like there's a lot going on, but there's really no rush either at the same time. Because, yeah, it's not so much about you rushing to something versus like allowing for the universe to bring it to you when you're ready, if that makes sense. So let's go deeper, Libra, and see what else we got coming through for my Libras. What else? The 5 of Wands. Queen of Wands. Yeah, the 8 of... So I feel like there's something here that has diminished your spirit in some way, or maybe made you lose your spark or your pep in your step. There could be conflict here or disagreements showing up that are contributing to that. And I feel like, you know, stressing out or bugging out or whatever this is coming through. And yet there's a need to relax. Like, it doesn't feel like all is working out in your favor all of the time, but it always is. You're just taking score too soon, I feel. But I feel like there's some sort of struggle going on, or inner conflict, or possibly, like I said, a disagreement with another person. And it's got you kind of sideways and upside down, and maybe uncharacteristically out of character. You could find yourself very irritable, temperamental, you know, losing your ish, right? And kind of getting in your own way, as opposed to just like keeping that balanced, calm logic that you bring to the table, Libra. So watch that, be careful with that. You know, don't be letting other people or outside events get your goat, so to speak. But let's go a little bit further. 7 of Cups. The High Priestess, the King of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. So, I feel like also you may be having trouble, like, figuring out your intuition, or like, you know, feeling like confused as to what the right direction to go is. Libra, like, I'm getting a song, and actually it says in the song, I can't figure you out. So it could be also somebody else that just can't figure you out, Libra, can't figure out how you feel, what you want, where you're going, what you're doing, you know, that type of thing. But I also feel, even if that is true, that it's another person, I also feel that you also don't really know what you're doing. And I mean that in the kindest way. Like, I mean that as in saying, like, you really don't know how to feel, almost, or what to choose, or what the right thing to do is. You're trying to listen to your intuition, but you seem blocked right now, and it's because of the emotional state or the emotional energy that's coming through. And until you get a hold of that, you're really not going to get the clarity that you're looking for, because you must stabilize your vibration, aka your mood, first. And so how do you go about that? Well, I mean, hanging out with people that make you feel good would be a start. Having a little bit of fun, being a little bit more playful in your life, maybe getting out of the house, or, you know, and yeah, I feel for some of you, it just feels kind of difficult to do that. You know, like you'd be faking it or something, or you know, it's like hard to get in that mood when you're not in the mood, you know what I mean? And that's why I was saying, like, first and foremost is the mood, is soothing your vibration first and foremost, and then getting into a space where you feel more stable or feel better, and then and I also get, like, if you're dealing with another person, like, this person is trying to figure out how to get you to lighten up about a situation, or, like, maybe trying to lighten you up. I don't know. 8 of Wands, 4 of Cups, the Fool. I'm actually going to honor this, how it came out, though. You don't want to talk about it, though, and you don't want to hear about it. My goodness, what the hell? You know what's funny is I just did Virgo's reading, and it was also just so unexpected. Like, I feel like all of the readings this round have had unexpected stuff show up. So, are you ignoring somebody, Libra? Or maybe don't be ignoring your own feelings. Or I feel like there's like an isolating of the self, and not wanting to talk about something, or not wanting to talk about it, like a sense of detachment here. It's like, no, I just want to start over, start fresh. Like, I don't want to carry this on, or this conversation on, or, you know what I mean? Like, dig up old stuff, or litigate anything. I just want peace and quiet and to start over or start fresh or something like that. You know, like wanting to handle something yourself, which is fine. But I feel you're struggling, you know, and so if you're struggling by yourself, then maybe, you know, reach out to somebody who cares. It doesn't have to be, you know, could be anyone that you know you can rely on, anyone you could know that you could care. If you don't really want to involve another person, you could journal it, you could write it down, you could meditate, you could dance it out, you could sing it out, run it out. I mean, I don't know, there's lots of ways to deal with emotion. The Ace of Wands, I feel like you are going to get the pep in your step back, though. You are going to tap back into that more passionate part of yourself, but it may take courage, you know, and a little bit of patience, and that's all right. You're going through a learning experience. That's also all right. You will reconnect with your happy self. This is not a forever state. And once you do that, this confusion will lift. You'll know what to do next, and so on and so forth. So let's see what the guidance is then for Libra. This is the same card I got for Virgo. It's so funny. Some of you may be connecting with Virgo. It says, card number 21, a belief is only a thought I keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you keep thinking. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. A belief is only your habit of thought. It's only a practiced thought. A belief is only a thought you think a lot. So if a belief is only a thought that you keep thinking, and you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want, then the reason you don't get what you want is because you keep thinking a thought that's in opposition to what you want. Pay attention. Wow. Ooh! Wow, the readings have been intense. Intense for March. So are we in March? Yes, we are. Let's go into the you versus them reading and dig a little bit deeper and see what we find. I'm going to clear my energy again, and then I'll be right back, so stay right there. I'll see you in just a second. Welcome back. All right, so Libra, now we're going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into it. So, Libra, your first card out is the Ace of Cups. Nice. Oops. Oh, too many. Take the first one. Wow, theirs is the Ace of Pentacles. Hermit at the bottom. Virgo energy for some of you. That's weird. I felt Virgo energy earlier, too. Okay. Some of you are on the cusp. So, your card, this is the overall energy for you and your person, is all about love. You may really just genuinely love this person. Simple as that, or have a lot of love for them. This could also be somebody you're committed to, but doesn't have to be. And this person has the card of commitment and abundance, so that's what they're kind of bringing to the table. So let's get into it and see, Libra, what this is all about. We're going to look at how you both perceive and think about each other and how you feel underneath it all, and then most likely outcomes. So, my goodness, I didn't even get a shuffle in. Oh, isn't that interesting? The same cards I got in the spiritual reading. So, you know, I'm just going to read the cards first. So, Seven of Wands, Two of Swords, Five of Wands. There might have been some struggles in this connection or in this relationship in the past or currently. I don't know. There's this sense of like kind of keeping things to yourself or keeping to yourself. And or this could be what this person is doing. You know, I feel like it's hard for you to tell on a day-to-day basis maybe how this person will react or behave or treat you. That's weird. I'm getting a bit of like bipolar vibe. Now, I'm not psychologist or anything. That's not going to be for all of you, but I feel that. So I don't know if that's coming from you or them. And then the Queen of Wands, though, there's something motivating about this. There's something that sparks a flame in you, or that's very intense about, you know, this person or connection. I feel that when it comes to your perception of the connection, there's like a sense of time or investment here. And yet there's also confusion or uncertainty, you know, and it's a feeling of like a little bit of an internal conflict here. It's like you can see the good, but you can also see the bad, and it could either motivate you or sometimes demotivate you, the opposite of that. It just kind of depends, I guess, on your mood and how you're feeling from day to day, right? So I'm getting a little bit of a mixed bag here. Let's see how this person sees you. How does this person see Libra? What do they think of Libra? Ah, they got the same exact card as you. The Two of Swords, that's that sense of uncertainty or unknown energy. The Fool. Really? The Magician. The Six of Wands and the Four of Cups. You know, this person also has some uncertainty about what the next steps are, or maybe what you want for the next steps. And yet they want to manifest success, right? And yet there's disappointment here, or this person is maybe afraid to disappoint you, or there's a fear of failing or being a failure at something. Like if you get disappointed with this person, as opposed to them, you know, brushing it off, they take it very personal, right? And it makes them feel like a failure, like, oh, I've disappointed my Libra. You know, so I feel like even if this person doesn't proclaim to be a sensitive person, they actually are quite sensitive. And I definitely got the phrase like personal, taking something personal, like it's in their DNA, it's in their personality or something, to personalize things. And I can't tell if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it could swing either way depending on how high or low vibrational they are in the moment. But yeah. So let's go deeper. How does Libra feel about this person underneath it all? How does Libra genuinely feel about this person? The Nine of Cups. The Seven of Swords. I was not expecting that. My gosh. The Fool, the Seven of Cups. I'm going to need more. Why the Seven of Swords? Damn it. Oh, darn it. Okay. Oh my gosh, so much to uncover here. And I think that was the title of the Leo reading. Some of you could be connecting with a Leo. Oh, look at that. I have Leo energy here. Or you may have that in your chart. If so, check it out. It's weird because it's like false pretenses is the first word that I got. And then cover up or lie. What the hell? Okay, so Libra, you could feel like this person came into your life under false pretenses. Okay, that's super specific, so that's not going to be for all of you. And I don't know what that entails or what that necessarily means, but I have to say it. Now, in general, for the rest of you, there's a sense of like, you know, genuinely wanting success here, and yet suspicioning that suspicioning what? I tried to clarify that. I got the Strength card, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. This is having the strength and courage to listen to your desires or your heart and take an opportunity. So I don't know, is there a fear of like following your own desires, or do you suspicion something about this person and their desires or their intentions? I'm really not clear on that, but I'm sure it will get more clear. And yet, like, something about this feels either reckless or risky or uncertain. Like, Seven of Cups, this is not being sure of how to feel or what the right thing to choose is. And then the Tower is disruptive, unpredictable energy. So something very unpredictable about this person or this connection. And I've kind of felt that when I went to their perception, right? Or your perception of them. So I think it's kind of hard to tell how you feel, because perhaps it could change from day to day, because maybe this person's personality is very changeable or disruptive, or there's something hard to predict here. I feel like I'm going to dig deeper into that, but let's see how they feel, and that might clear it up. How does this person feel about Libra? There's the Tower. Holy crap. The Tower, the Ten of Wands. The Wheel. The Lovers. What is the Tower? The Hangman. You know, I feel like kind of same on this person's side. There's a disruptive, unpredictable, emotional energy around this. Meaning, like, in this person's heart of heart, it feels heavy because it's hard to predict how somebody's going to feel. I think it's you. They have a hard time predicting how you're going to feel. But I also actually think it's them. Maybe they have a hard time being able to map out or predict their own emotional reactions or how they feel or how they present themselves. There's a very disruptive energy here. The Wheel is also talking about karma. It also talks about divine timing and the Lovers here. So this person feels that there is definitely a purpose, right, for the connection. They feel the importance of the connection, or there could be a karmic bond here with you, Libra. And yet there's so much disruption or unpredictability within the connection. And I'm sensing this on an emotional level, right? Where it is hard to predict each other's or the other's emotions, which makes things feel somewhat unstable to me, you know. And this could just be a blip on the radar. Maybe it's not always like this, but like right now it's like this. I know that there's like there's a lot of astrological things happening right now, and the energy is getting ready to spike tomorrow, so it could just be like a blip on the radar. Well, I don't know when I'm gonna publish this, but tomorrow would be Friday for me, because I'm actually recording this on a Thursday. But anyways, let's go deeper. Where's this headed? Like, what the hell is this about? Ace of Cups. That was making sense to you. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands. You know, and I think, and that's so funny because I was going to say this. If you rewind, when this Ace of Cups came out at the very beginning of the reading, I was actually going to say exactly what I thought, and I stopped myself. And here it is again, but in cards. And what I was going to say is, you know, sometimes the people that test and try us the most are the people we love the most. And that is so tricky, right? So mind-blowing. Like, how come the person I love more than anything in the world triggers me the most, you know, or has the ability to test me like that? And it's like, well, I can sit here and tell you all of the reasons. There's many, many, many reasons. But it's just simply easier to find the good, but also find the fault in people that we're very up close with, you know, and very personal with. And also, people in relationships tend to get into this pattern where they want to try and dictate and control the behavior of the other, or, you know, and of course that causes problems because we all have our own inner being, our own desires, and sometimes it matches and sometimes it doesn't match. So I feel, yeah, there's love here, especially if you have a past history with this person, and yet there's a sense of restriction around this, or feeling like you have to restrict yourself or what you're thinking, what you're saying, maybe to keep the peace. Like some of you may be feeling a lot of things, but you may not be expressing it, or trying to hold back, possibly, to be the Libra that you are, to keep the peace. The King of Wands here, I feel like this is strength and courage and the opportunity, right, to truly grow and develop yourself. And when I say that, I mean in the way of your emotional development, how you handle things, how you choose to handle yourself, how you are in love. There's some growth and development coming through in that situation, and it's not necessarily about controlling the other person or telling them what to do or who to be or whatever. It's more so about controlling your own emotions, how you choose to emotionally react, and what next action you take that matters the most. And that's true all of the time. I feel like things are going to stabilize, though. You know, the Four of Wands is the card of union and stability, so I believe things are going to stabilize in general, or with this person. So you'll figure it out, right? And then this person's most likely outcome: Six of Swords, King of Swords, Eight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles. I don't know why I keep pulling cards, like that's enough. Keep going. Anyways. Yeah, I feel like this person also wanting to move past this, let bygones be bygones, and or move forward. And, you know, there's a serious undertone here as well. You know, and this person may like go back and forth on, you know, what to communicate, how to say something, or if to say something at all, possibly. But they have to quit referencing the struggle, you know, and the things that they don't like. Like, you know, you're beating a dead horse almost, whether that be they're speaking it out loud or just internally, you know, constantly badgering or focusing on the problem rather than allowing a gentle space for the solution. And there's a softness here that's needed, a soft touch almost, whether that be to themselves or to the connection that's going to be required here. But I do feel, yeah, stabilization coming, some inner reflection coming, and the Ten of Cups, which is a sense of belonging, a sense of home. So, FYI, I could just be literally picking up on a fight or a disagreement or something here that's temporary, but then you're getting it back together, almost identical to the Cancerian reading, but similar to the Leo. So check out those readings if you have that in your chart. But I feel like either way, things stabilizing, either in general or, like I said, for a lot of you within the connection. So, you know, sometimes things got to get a little rocky to get better. You know what I mean? But take it as it resonates. Zodiac signs, sorry, I couldn't get out, that you may be connecting with or have your own chart. I feel a lot of Virgo, Cancer, and Leo influences. I'm just going to put that out there. But I also have Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini again, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, yeah, and Gemini, and Virgo again. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing. Keep in mind it is a general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. Help me get to 200,000 subscribers this year, please. So share, share, share. Also, if you would like a daily free audio collective reading, a daily free reading, you can find me on Facebook for that. And follow me over there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of my Facebook. It's linked down below as well as in the About section. Yeah, and otherwise, wishing you the very best, Libra. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.